And welcome back to Everlasting Summer. The other night, we had a little dance with Slavia, and also a little bit of a interesting chat that they had towards the end of that. And the night is almost finished from what the looks of it. So that's what we're going to continue. Day two should be coming to an end at some point, and then it should be on to day three. And we're going to be doing some choices all over again. So it's going to get interesting. So let's see where this is going to go. My back itched all the way. Not only my back, my whole body. No wonder. I haven't had a bath for several days. While it is really hot here during the daytime, so you sweat like a pig. I should find some soap and a towel. Did they give you that? I mean, I don't know. You went a whole week without doing that. Makes you kind of wonder how that worked. I don't know. I could find everything in Olga Dmitrievna's cabin. After a couple of minutes, I was again at the square with my bag of bathing accessories. I have to find a bathhouse now. How's this gonna go? It was easy. The building was just on the edge of the forest. It really is the best place for a bathhouse. I think there was no Blair Witch inside, but the lights were still on. My goodness, Blair Witch. And whose bright idea is that to have a bath at midnight? I muttered below my breath. There is only one problem. Is it a boy or a girl? I have no idea. In the first case, we could just have a bath together without any worries. You would just bathe with just anybody. I mean, even if it is a girl, that wouldn't startle you. I mean, I would be kind of wondering who was in there a little bit. I don't know. I'm not fond of public baths, but I can cope with them this time. Yeah, I don't blame you on that. In the second case, I would have to wait or to scratch myself the whole night through. Who knows how long I have to wait? I peeped into the window, but I couldn't see anything because of the steam. My guess is he's probably going to stumble on her bathing. That's my guess. Slavia, that is, right? Are we going to get one of those? Suddenly, Slavia appeared right before me, as if from a thick fog. Oh boy, how's this going to go? Naturally, she was naked, just like anyone else in the bath would be. My goodness. Yeah, I'm going to guess because it's going to go blank. You don't get to see shit. Uh, because it's probably, one of those lower budget, independent visual novel makers. My guess is, they probably just got, for the people that got the 17 version, as opposed to the 18 and up version. Sorry to disappoint you, but we have to kind of blank the screen. You could just figure out what's going on the whole time. That sucks. Yeah, no. Dumbstruck, I stared at her. I'd never seen a naked girl so close, even through glass. My organ reacted as it should. Oh, goodness. Nerve impulses traveled from my eyes down to my body. Seemed like I couldn't leave my observation point no matter what, even if a war broke out. But Slavia didn't notice. Bah, found? Geez, stop that. Not that it's really going on in the scene anyway. It's like blank. I don't know. She was washing herself leisurely, rinsing her head, rubbing her body with a sponge, and pouring water from the bucket on herself. I'd imagine those of you that probably have the 18 version, they probably show more, right? Which means I would probably have to skip the scene. Here, I'm just kind of reading what's going on in the background. For once, I guess I don't have to do any editing. The problem is, they could have at least, you know how they do in certain other visual novels where they just throw a towel on the person, like they're supposed to be naked, but they're kind of covered somehow. I don't know. It's like they could have at least kind of came up with something like that. I don't know, to use as like a CG to kind of give you a little bit of something there. But some people, some companies get a little lazy with that. They just, you know what? Since we have her in a naked one, we'll just do this and go with that. And she started to wash her hair. I can't imagine how much time she needs to wash it completely, but minutes flew like a seconds. That's how immersed I was in the sight. I'm gonna guess because there's supposedly a harem route. That's probably gonna be locked for me. I'm probably not gonna get to do that because apparently somebody said you could sleep with all the girls. I could imagine if they have something like that in here. Still, though, Eula does have her own route as well, where you can actually pursue her. So, I don't know. Even if I'm somehow not going to be able to do that, I can care less. I'm probably not the type that would want to do that type of stuff anyway. I mean, if you give it to me in the game, it's not really a big deal, but I don't know. It would be interesting to see how that would play out, but yeah. Well, finally, she finished washing, sighed with satisfaction, and walked to the door. Okay. I managed to come to my senses just at the moment she went into the changing room and left to hide in the nearby bushes. The best thing to do was not to tempt fate and leave, but I realized that too late. Slavia appeared on the porch after just a moment, stood there for a while enjoying the night breeze, and walked in the direction of my hideout. I had a dozen excuses in my mind, but she went by without even looking at the bushes I was hiding in. Looks like I'm lucky. I cautiously got out and went to Olga Dmitrievna's cabin, completely forgetting my intention to have a bath. Why? Because something else was going on downstairs, wasn't it? Now you gotta fix that problem. I don't know. I was totally exhausted and wanted to just fall in bed and doze off. My eyes couldn't wait and were closing from time to time. It was dangerous even to blink. I still didn't know the camp well enough to walk there with my eyes closed. What a scene. Well, not much of a scene that we got back there, but still it was something, even though we didn't see shit. Suddenly, Slavia appeared before me. Are you going to sleep? Well, yes. Right this moment, I remembered the sight in the bathhouse and averted my eyes shyly. And you? I'm cleaning up. She took the broom out from behind her back. Slavia with a broom in the empty square at night looked like a witch from a children's fairy tale. Like, you really do have a wild imagination. What? Nothing. Is it really a good idea to clean the square after a bath? And how do you know that I had a bath? Oh boy, where's this gonna go? you kinda spoke too soon, man. You blurted out something there that's a little bit make you look guilty, bro. Physically, I wouldn't have said anything about that. It's like, in the bath, it's like she came back sweeping. I would have just let bygones be bygones on it. Easily felt the fear taking over my body, cold sweat started to run down my back. I could imagine. Flavia still stared at me in surprise. She's probably gonna figure out what you're doing now. Look like my life depends on this answer. Well, your hair is wet. Oh, you're right. I wanted the earth to swallow me up so I would vanish from this world just as suddenly and irreversibly as I had vanished from mine. Wow. I mean, I can understand because you blurted something out there. I would never have said anything. I'm actually one of those people out there that's pretty good at keeping that mouth shut. Where some people, it's like they just blurt shit out when they don't mean to say. It's like, did I just say that out loud? Are you gonna have a bath too? Me? Well, Flavia looked at the bag in my hands. Yes, I am. So good night. I turned around and darted back towards the bathhouse. What a disaster. How shameful. It'd be kind of funny if she kind of spied on him, wouldn't it? I walked slowly, trying to curse myself for all that happened. I shouldn't have peeped in the first place. Well, it's not like you really suspected anybody to be in there, but I'm going to say, since I've been making all the choices all this time, that kind of puts you on her route. Coincidence, right? But if I peep anyway, then I must pay more attention and think of an excuse beforehand. Oh. Now what? It didn't take much time to wash myself. It looked like the night made its own ball or possibly a concert. The stars were the lights, the birds and insects were an orchestra, an owl hooting somewhere was its director. The sound of wind in the trees was the applause of the audience. The night looked much more beautiful when you stand in the forest clean and fresh. Suddenly I heard a noise in the bushes nearby. I shivered but didn't get very scared. It may be a squirrel or another animal. Somehow, I'm pretty sure you're going to know who it is. It's got to be. Nevertheless, I should check it out. I went to the bushes, but didn't find anything or anyone suspicious. It just seemed. With a clean body and a calm spirit, I went to the leader's cabin. Olga Dmitrinova was already asleep. I went to bed without taking my clothes off and covered myself with a blanket. I couldn't fall asleep for a long time, remembering naked Slavia, whose image could not be eclipsed by thoughts about finding answers. Well, you saw what I didn't get to see, so I just have to imagine, Although I have seen a little bit of people post some pictures and stuff like that of the game, that I don't have, the version anyway. It's not really a whole lot that they showed from what I've seen anyway. I don't know. It's kind of weird how they couldn't have added that here. That means if they actually do have H scenes in here, you're just going to get blank screens. If that's the case, I'm probably just going to do a bunch of skipping because not that I wouldn't upload that kind of stuff anyway, but if you're going to give me a blank screen, I'm just going to forward that anyways. Like, who wants to look at that, I don't know. Be kind of weird on that. Ugh. Day 4? Or was I already? Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I was already on day 3. Okay, never mind. Maybe that's why it seemed like their relationship is... not sure what's going on with this picture here. I woke up with a hellish ringing inside my head. Did you? The ringing seemed to be coming from the depths of my consciousness. But after I came to my senses, I realized that the cause of this ringing is my alarm clock. What alarm clock does that? Kind of shaking, man. That's you? I don't know. It was a little odd there. Strange. Where did it come from? Why is it standing in my bed? Don't know. It's 7:30 according to the clock. Olga Dmitrinova had already left, and there was nobody to force me to go to the lineup. Okay, thus I can sleep a bit more. I closed my eyes, but it seemed like my consciousness had already had its coffee and was ready for a long, productive day. I need to get up. I hate mornings. I should plan my day out. After all, I need to at least find out something today. But still, nothing came to my head. Fine, I need to wake up completely and wash myself. Oh, on my way to wash stands, I met Xenia. Oh. What got you up so early? Anything wrong with being up early? She looked at me as if I had insulted her. No, nothing. Just curious. None of your business. Wow. Guess not. Gosh, Xenia is a very sympathetic even when she's in a good mood, but today she just looked furious. You mean to tell me this Xenia doesn't have her out? Come on, man, now. I don't know. To make me curious about her, because you meet her in the library. There's no way this is just some random character because she's too well drawn. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out, I guess. She's certainly not in any the walkthrough that I wrote down of people's names anyway. I don't know. And the main girl's name is Yula. I don't know. Unless somebody has some disguise I don't know of, I guess I'll cross that bridge when I find out. The cold water perked me up. The fog in my head dissipated and my thoughts started arranging themselves. Curiously, I started to worry about finding a good place in the canteen more than about finding answers. I brushed my teeth and was going to leave when a quiet sound walked past my ears. Oh, probably a squirrel or some other animal. I heard another sound, this time a bit farther. Okay. I walked 10 meters along the path, searching for the source. Nobody, just the morning forest. Miku, it's been a while since we've seen you. I haven't seen you since the start of day 2. Other than that, you just pretty much fell off the planet somewhere. I returned to the washstand and saw Miku, who was looking for something in the grass. Noticing me, she smiled and jumped up to me. Okay. Oh, hello. Good morning. I accidentally scattered my tooth powder. Trying to gather it all back up. The dewy grass didn't seem to be helping matters, and I'm still trying to figure out a voice for her. I don't know. I can't really sound like a Vocaloid, so don't ask, guys. It's like you'd have to have kind of that robotic voice, the girl that usually voices Miku. Yeah, I can't really do that, but I don't know. I could kind of do them to a slight degree, but it's a poorer quality of it, I would say. Are you sure that's a good idea? Well, why? What else can I do? I don't have any more. It was the last I had. She pouted like a child who had just had her favorite toy taken from her. Here, I'll give you mine. I dug it in my bag. No tooth powder there. Strange. Didn't I just put it there? I walked away for a minute, and now it's gone. Listen, it looks like I have forgotten it. I didn't want to tell her that I had just gone missing. Knowing the sensitivity of this girl, it was safe to assume that vanishing household goods would impress her so much that her brain would reset itself in order to avoid overheating. How would you know that? You barely have spent time with this character. Well, I'll be off.
Yeah, cheers. Visit us. Visit me in the music club. I'm still alone there, but
Oh, we will, in time, Miku. Don't worry. Miku's voice faded in the freshness of the summer morning far behind me. Getting back to the leader's cabin, I took my cell phone and looked up the battery meter. Enough power for a day, maybe even less. Of course, it won't help me much in here, but still. Finding a charger in the 80s would mean inventing it. I was going to head to breakfast when somebody knocked on the door. It was Slavia.
Good morning. Have you seen Olga Dmitrievna?
I stared at her breasts. They had just mesmerized me too much the day before. Wow. Seeing her with her top on, the one time we did see her in a bathing suit. Yeah, they are kind of big, but you saw a bear. I didn't see those.
Semyon?
Slavia was looking at me worryingly, but I still could manage to shift my gaze away from her breast. Don't make it look so obvious. It's like you act like you never seen a pair, but then again, he was kind of reverted back from his mid-20s to this age. I don't know. Maybe it kind of did some other things to him. I don't know.
Is something wrong?
On the contrary, everything is just...
Olga Dmitrievna?
I don't know. She wasn't here when I woke up. I finally managed to control myself. Oh, my goodness.
Fine. I still have one thing to do. So, see you at breakfast.
Slavia smiled, waved at me, and ran away. Still, regardless, the morning was shining and beautiful. The bright sun was shining over the space and time displaced Pioneer Camp, Sovianok, warming its residents and filling them with energy to spend the day productively. Or, in my case, to waste it in futile efforts to find an explanation for everything happening here. There was an unusually large crowd near the canteen. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that pioneers loved as much as the canteen, but why were they all crowding on the porch? Don't know. I came closer to find out what was going on. It looked like all the camp had gathered at the porch. There were all the familiar girls, Olga, Dmitrievna, and Electronic. They were having a lively discussion. I drew closer, okay?
Oh, Semyon. Have you seen Shurik today?
Nope, what's the matter?
We haven't been able to find him since this early morning.
Disappearing pioneers? Well, that's something new.
But he was with you yesterday.
That was only, during the day? I have no idea where he went after that. He just kind of, Semyon just kind of went on, did his own thing, I would imagine. He didn't really hang out with them much. I don't know. I do know that there is something with that, when he goes missing. Supposed to find him with somebody. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Okay. She was talking to Electronic. And apparently at day 4, obviously, I only see 2 choices that I wrote down from the walkthrough, so see what this is going to do.
Yeah, he was. So, you woke up this morning, he wasn't anywhere to be found?
No.
Why didn't you come to me immediately?
Well, I thought that he got up earlier and went to wash up or something.
Did he mention anything yesterday?
Interjected Slavia.
For example, that he was going somewhere, for instance.
Nope. What exactly is so horrifying about that? The guy's I don't know, where he could have gone. He's kind of quiet a little bit, I would say. I don't know. It's only 9 a.m. He might have decided to go for a walk. Maybe this guy's probably the punctual type, I'm going to guess. I don't know. Probably rarely ever misses something, I'm going to guess. And that could be why this concerned look she has, I'm going to say, Olga here.
You don't know, Shurik.
She looked over at me seriously. Yeah, he don't. Well, no, I don't. But I didn't see anything suspicious in this situation. You're also new to it as well.
Okay, let's stop panicking. We'll find him. How could we have missed breakfast?
Ulyana grinned. Ah,
Exactly. Time to eat anyway.
the pioneers proceeded into the canteen. You spoke, Alisa, but you didn't come into the scene. I could have threw you in there. They threw everybody else in that scene back there. I don't know. Yet again, I had no choice where to fit in. The only three places was at the table with Alisa and Ulyana. So apparently we got someone missing.
Take a seat.
She pointed at the chair next to her. It's been a while since we seen you, Alisa. Out of the bar's part, we didn't really see you barely. Same thing with Lena, kinda. Although Lena, we saw a little bit, some parts of day 3, but still very minor. I sat down.
Aren't you gonna eat your food?
Good idea. I hadn't thought about that. Today's breakfast didn't look much different from yesterday's, but it looked more appetizing. Or maybe I was just very hungry. Or maybe I was eager to finish it off as soon as possible to avoid yet another Ilyana prank.
Want to go to the beach with us today?
When?
Right after breakfast.
Generally speaking, relaxation wasn't on my agenda today. But if I was going to spend my time thinking, why shouldn't I do it while getting a suntan? Obviously, I think I don't see anything with Ilyana that has to do with going to the beach, but I'm sure there's a choice for somebody on that, but it's not going to be her. Maybe it's Alisa, but I don't know. Uh, but yeah, see nothing on that. Sure, why not? Unless if he just goes there randomly, I don't know.
Ah, cool.
She smiled nicely. I bet you're planning another prank.
No, not at all.
That face, I don't know. Ilyana waved her hands at me. It's like, you're blaming me.
She shows.
Alisa grinned.
She's always like that. No way.
I think she's right.
Nobody believes me.
Wow, when you do one prank after the other, it is kind of hard to take that. You never know on that. It's like, are you ever not going to be doing something? But yeah, you're still good at my book, other than the bug thing, that's pretty much it. Liana took her tray of dirty dishes and stood up.
Enjoy your meal.
She said in such a weird way, which left no doubt. Nothing good awaits me today at the beach. Me and Alisa were left alone. I guess I shouldn't go with you after all.
Why's that?
Well, I've got something to do.
And what exactly would that be?
What kind of look is that? Usually you have like an angry face. What is this face? It's like, you really have something else you're doing. I don't know. People are saying that her route isn't really all that great. I guess I'll find out when I get to it. Or people were saying that her route should have been better. I don't know. I'm the type that needs to see it for myself. That's just the way it goes for me. She looked at my eyes and I couldn't even find an appropriate excuse. I don't even have a swimsuit.
Try mine.
What? You think it would fit me?
Give it a try.
My goodness. You really do want to see him in a swimsuit, don't you? I'm pretty sure it's like, it's probably not, I don't know. I'm getting a different kind of image here. I don't think it's worth the effort.
Don't be a wimp. We'll find you some swimming trunks.
Those words only added to my fear. Why did you just say that? It just sounded so awkward with that.
Wait for me by the canteen. I'll be back soon.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with waiting for her, is there? Finishing my breakfast, I left the building and sat on the stairs. Let me see. Wow. I'm not finding anybody to go to a beach. I'm guessing it's somebody else entirely. I don't know. Pioneers all having their own business hurry past me one by one. I was supposed to be looking for Shurik. I'm not sure how this is going to go. No one stopped by me. No one even looked in my direction. It seemed they didn't consider me a stranger, but exactly the opposite. Just another teenager their age, their comrade, you could say. I caught myself thinking that I had started to consider this camp and its inhabitants with not as much caution as I had on the first day. Huh. Indeed, Alyssa was back in a couple of minutes. That's something.
Ready?
Ready for what? She gave me the trunks. Though you hardly could call them trunks. Is it one of those, Speedo types? Yeah, I'm good on those. They look like pink boxers decorated with butterflies and flowers. Oh, well, actually they were boxers. My goodness. Just throw some underwear underneath and then you're good to go. I don't know. I'm almost afraid to ask, but where did you get these?
Too scared to put them on.
Well, I have not the slightest intention of doing so. I appreciated her joke, but wasn't going to make myself a laughing stock.
Put them on.
My goodness. Damn, you really are demanding. What's going on with this? It's like a little bit random. This day started a little bizarre. I don't know. See what's going to go with this, she said roughly. Man, we haven't spent much time with you, and she wants to see you in them. My, why don't you try them on instead of me? I think the color of this whoopsie was set of your eyes very nicely. Oh my goodness. And you're flirting.
Let's make a bet.
Yeah, we did that once. We're not going to do that this time. Unless if you do that on your own, that's on you there, pal. No desire to accept the bets. Okay. No thanks.
Alright, you ought to go to the beach wearing them when you swim naked.
Wow. Damn. I can only imagine what your route is going to be about. It's like, you're kind of all over the place. It's a little demanding that you want to see this guy. It's like, and these boxers, like, I don't know. It's kind of funny. Weighing the pros and cons, even the second option seems better than the first. I'm not planning to go anywhere at all.
Then I'll tell everyone that you left these trunks in my cabin.
Yeah, I'm sure they won't believe you. He doesn't spend as much time with you on that one. Why would I do that?
How should I know?
I don't know. You're interesting, I will say. I don't know. She bursts into laughter. I didn't want to argue with Alyssa, so I decided to go to the beach in the end. But not in these flamboyant trunks. Okay, I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Don't be late.
She read off after saying that. I dragged my feet to the leader's cabin to get a towel and to hopefully find something like trunks. Olga Dmitryevna was waiting for me in the room.
Semyon, did you hear about Shurik? Anything about Shurik?
Same as half an hour ago. I walked to my bed and took a towel.
Are you going somewhere?
Yes, to the beach.
Wait, do you have swimming trunks? You came here without any luggage, as I recall.
Strange, that fact didn't seem to surprise her during our first encounter. No.
So, what would you wear?
Good question. What? I don't know.
Wait a minute.
She walked to the wardrobe and unlocked a drawer. In a moment, she had a pair of normal black trunks. Where did she get those? Okay. More importantly, why? Someone from the previous session might have forgotten them. Considered all the strange things in this camp, it really wasn't really surprising to find men's swimming trunks in Olga Dmitrievna's room. Did she know someone previously? There's something mysterious about you. I don't know what it is, but I guess we're gonna find out, aren't we? Trunks? The trunks were just my size. Okay. Stop! You get naked in front of her. So how's that work? I got changed from behind the cabin and went to the beach. Oh, okay. Some reason it made it seem like you got changed in front of her there. I'm like, wait, how's that gonna go? And he's actually going here randomly. Okay. A lot of pioneers had already gathered there, but I recognized only Alisa and Ulyana. Oh boy.
Come here.
My goodness. I walked over to them and sat on the sand. My, look at you.
I see you found something better.
You got some nice ones, I gotta say. I don't know. Uh, which one? Who do you guys want me to do after Slavia? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really figured that out yet, but I'll figure it out as I go along. He stared at my trucks and smirked. Well, I'm looking at something else. I was doing what he was doing, cause he got to see something I didn't see. So at least this scene here kind of makes up for what I didn't get to look at. As you can see.
Come on, let's swim.
I don't want to. Maybe later. I was not a fan of swimming.
Search yourself.
The girls ran into the water. Why did I come here? No idea. Why am I not out looking for answers? Should I care about it now? Sobianuk seemed normal. Certainly, a lot of strange things have happened to me during these 3.5 days, but not one of them, taken seriously, seemed at all supernatural. Especially since I didn't get any closer to finding so much as a clue. But I also ignored the dream, so I'm pretty sure that if Eula was supposed to show up, she didn't. She's probably not going to show up and Slavia's route here, since I, kind of said no to the dream. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Maybe when I go back and do everybody else's, maybe I'll do the yes thing and see if any clues pop up while you're pursuing somebody else. I don't know. Contrary, everything that has happened has only confused me more. What alternatives do I have? I won't get any truth from the local residents, though I doubt they even know it. Should I try to leave this place? But how far can I walk, considering that I don't even know where I am? It turns out that my only option is to wait. After some time, the girls came back. Ulyana held something in her hands.
Look.
I looked up and saw a crayfish. Just a normal crayfish. I thought it was a crawfish. Oh my goodness, look at this. This view. Ulyana lay next to me and started to torment it. Wow, this view is tormenting me. No. And even, Ulyana's outfit's kind of cute, I guess. Leave the poor animal alone.
Why? It's just a crayfish.
So what? It has a right to live, too.
I'll rip its claws off and ask the cook to boil for dinner.
What? My goodness. As if we have nothing else to eat.
I'll rip its claws off and ask the cook to boil for dinner.
My goodness. As if we have nothing else to eat. I thought I said that already. I looked at Alisa. She seemed to be totally uninterested in Ulyana's fun with the poor sea creature. Tell her.
What's wrong? It's a crayfish. It deserves it.
It looked like the girls missed their lessons on nature in primary school and lacked empathy for the environment. Give it. I snatched the crate. Come on, phone! Jeez. It's probably just messing around with it. I don't know. Oh boy.
Suit yourself.
It's probably just, I don't know. Maybe she was doing a little too much. I don't know. I was a little surprised she didn't resist. And she blushed. I don't know. That's funny. I looked into the eyes of the poor animal. They didn't express anything at all, but I thought if it could speak, it would certainly be outraged. Maybe it would even go to the UN Convention of Human Rights. My goodness. Tell the truth, I wasn't sure that would help. I took the crayfish to the river and set it free. Never mind.
I'll catch more. There are plenty of them here.
My God, said Ulyana. No doubt about it. I mumbled. Goodness. Time passed and I was getting sleepy. Wow. I fell asleep. Okay, I don't remember what I was dreaming about, if I was dreaming at all, but I woke up when someone shook my shoulder. Okay. Damn, jeez. Well, I mean, I can't deny all these, these images. So, like, it kind of makes up for back there. Oh, God, stood next to me. And she's got the biggest, you guys have to admit, she does. Did you come to swim too? I asked, still half asleep.
No. It's almost time for lunch, and we still can't find Shurik.
The leader said, standing before me in a wet swimsuit. Okay. And? I want you to look for him. It seems like I'm the only pioneer in this entire camp. I was sincerely outraged. They probably all have to, every time it was getting clear that Olga considered me her errand boy to be used like a slave. I don't think that's the case at all, or vice versa. If I came to you, then I want you to help me. Why exactly me? However, after giving it some thought, I decided to agree. After all, my shoulders and back got sunburned while I was sleeping and searching for Shurik would let me get acquainted with unexplored locations of the camp. Okay, it was not exactly right to wander around wearing only swimming trunks, so I should get changed first. And now I'm going to actually call a part, although I could probably keep going, but you guys kind of like how I do it. I don't want to go too far with it, so it's getting pretty interesting. You went from the last seed, so not exactly sure what to do for a title, because you have some these girls in the route here, and then I don't know, they really have nothing to do with what's going on, but I may have to throw somebody in here. It's I don't know. You guys will kind of like that, so till then, we have to investigate this idea of Shurik, so obviously that's what's gonna go on right now. So until then, I'll see you guys next time.